Hey guys, welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Let's take a look at the mythic choices. For Stooge, I took Everlasting Flame and Greater Abundant Casting. We automatically get Movanic Deva. I took Mythic Dodge for Sealer, and I think Stooge got some other spell choices as well, so I took that. And then Mad Domain Madness, Impossible Domain, so we can use Aura of Madness at, well, I haven't actually looked at how we can activate it, but that will be handy, I think. And then there's Visions of Madness as well, so we can target one of their attack, saving throw, or skill checks, and that gives them a boost, but the other two take a penalty. So if we boost their skill checks, they should have penalties to their attack rolls and saving throws. So that's going to be handy. Lan, I just gave improved critical. And yeah, Camellia and Nenio also got improved critical for their weapons. So we're going to start, well, I'm going to try and start transitioning Nenio and Camellia into using their melee weapons. At least that's the hope. They're still a bit squishy though, so I'm not sure how that's going to work, but we'll see how it goes. In any case, it's time to try and get out of here.
Now we are making a mystery of ourselves.
And I think we've done everything. So I think we can probably try and leave now. Actually, can we leave? Should we leave? I think we need to do something else first. Let's go back. Oh, there's something in here, apparently. I'm glad I found that. The cold iron is going to be handy. Okay, I think I want to come back here. I think we have crystals that we want to activate that I think give us more story or something from memory. Save it for a sec. Touch the crystal, okay.
Day 16. Abadius 4662.
Is this the same one?
Transformation. Subject young male, half fiend. Objective to study the properties of hybrid souls. Desired result to see the same results that were previously achieved on full-fledged demons.
Maybe it's not not here that we need to do this. Because I remember needing to collect a bunch of crystals and then activating the crystals on some kind of similar bench. I don't know if it's here or in another room or something. Doesn't look like it's in here.
Our path leads on.
There's this thing that looks similar to... Ah, yes, here it is. Okay, the strange device with a slot for a crystal awaits your next move. Let's put in Experiment Transformation.
Day 28. Cullis Drill 4606. Experiment Transformation. Subject Areelu Vorlesh. Human female with a clear affinity for arcane magic. Objective: to fuse a mortal soul with the essence of the abyss. Predicted result: the formation of a full-fledged half-demon on the basis of a mortal being. Potential risks unknown. The death of the subject is extremely likely. I will continue to monitor the experiment for as long as I can.
Okay, I guess that's Areelu Vorlesh trying to turn herself into a half-demon. Let's see the suture.
Day 20, Farast 4606. Experiment, the suture. Subject, former Arachne subjected to extreme exposure when passing through the world wound. As a result of this exposure, the demon was reborn as a dretch, a unique event in demonology. The reborn demon also acquired serious malformations, which did not respond to standard treatment methods. Objective: to assess the threat to other demons to stabilize passage through the world wound. The survival of the subject is also desirable for the purposes of further observation.
Okay, so some kind of projector. I vaguely remember there being 3 stones? I don't remember if I recall correctly or incorrectly, but I thought there were meant to be 3. But yeah, it looks like suture is a former Arachne that got reborn as a dretch, which is bizarre. Anyways, let's not waste any more time. Let's head out. Okay, we need to get out of the trap, which is fine, and now talk to Targona in Drezen. And she has something to reveal, okay. Let's come back here. I think she will exit with us, but let's just make sure. I think we can talk to her and let's tell her that we found an exit. I unsealed the way out. You are free. Free. Then let's leave here at once. May the light of Iomade be with you. Can't believe I'm going to see the sky again. What time is it, I wonder? Morning, afternoon, evening. I'll find you, Stooge. Thank you for giving the sky back to me. 20 years. Will my wife and son even recognize me? Are they still alive? Okay. We are done with Areelu's lab, which is nice. And now I can loot the chest. Dinosaur bone, very nice. And yeah, that's it. Alright, let's head out. Go back to Drezen.
I will guide us.
Okay, we have some crusade stuff to do, which is understandable. We have... We do have our move points back here for our armies. We did get a little bit of cash and everything again. So it looks like we ticked over and we've got enough logistics too to get to the next rank, which is nice. Okay, so do we want to do anything? Not yet, I don't think. Ooh, what is this? Mark of Terror. All units in the army receive a -2 times mythic rank penalty to morale. Okay. That's interesting. Oh, I don't have enough. Oh, yeah, okay. I was going to say, I don't have an... I thought I had teleportation available, but that's fine. Okay, one thing I do want to do is... actually, I was going to say, I want to upgrade Lands of Yathwatch, but I don't think I've completed that decree yet, so let's just head back to Drezen and enter. There is nothing more pleasant than making someone happy. Okay, some say that being a kind person is hard work, that most people can't do it. Is that true? Look at the people standing next to you. Don't you want to love these people? Is it so hard to smile at them, to say a kind word, to share with those in need? Don't you feel joy when you do something good for others? And isn't it wonderful when they do the same for you? Kindness is the easiest and most pleasant thing in the world. A crowd has gathered in the street, young and old, civilians and soldiers. Everyone is listening to the frail elf girl, captivated by her delicate voice as it rings out. And what about ungrateful arseholes, huh? You do good for them and they just shit on you in return. Just don't be like them, and don't get angry at these people. They don't know what they are doing. Don't abandon them to their silliness and sins. Keep doing good, and you will see, sooner or later, they will realize they were wrong. Listen to her. She will teach you to live good lives. Right, Commander, that's for sure. Thank you for your kind words. I'm not saying anything special. These are simply simple things. Everyone knows them. Come on, keep talking. One man claps his hands, and others join in with claps and cries of encouragement. Alright, I was talking about being kind to your neighbors, and look, the commander decided to set an example. The girl keeps preaching. Okay, an insane preacher telling a laughing crowd about love, kindness. Okay. The mob loves a wretch, a feeble-minded, hysterical, starry-eyed preacher. When one of these unfortunates stands on a corner and begins their sermon, a crowd will immediately gather. Some will laugh, some will cry, some will toss a coin at their feet, but will any of them listen? Will they do as they are told? The obvious conclusion, of course they won't, but let's leave our biases aside as we observe how the throngs of Drezen respond to the exhortations of a ragged elf girl. That's one of the things I like about Ember. She's really, really good in her core, even though she's obviously suffered some really bad traumas and stuff, but somehow she's keeping the hope in her alive, which is always admirable. We'll all die, maybe very soon. How can we waste our short lives fighting? I think the quest said we should wait and see how things go. It's easy to say love other people. Have you seen the mugs on some folks? There is nothing more pleasant than making someone happier. The girl has a way with words. I like listening to her. Okay, she's winning them over. How can we defeat the demons if we become like them? Right, now you're talking. Hey, if anyone told me that 10 years ago... If evil was done to you, don't store it in your heart. Forgive and let it go. She speaks so beautifully, I'm tearing up. All of you are wonderful. Everyone in this city is wonderful and kind. What's this ragamuffin blathering on about? Boo, chase her away. Alright, let's chat. Ember is bobbing her head and humming a tune. She greets you with a carefree, cheerful smile. Her wandering eyes linger on you for just a moment before darting off again into the distance. The people in the city seem to like your sermons. Are those sermons? I just tell people things, simple things. Anyone can figure them out. People are much cleverer than me, but they listen to me and say thank you after. I probably just have a pretty voice. Fair enough. You're always so cheerful. How do you manage to remain so hopeful when we're surrounded by such horror? Hope? She tilts her head and continues with a smile. No, hope is a lie. What should we hope for? This world is in the hands of demons. The gods can't help, or they don't want to, or they forgot about us altogether. The people know they're about to be eaten by demons, but they still quarrel with each other and fight and steal. There's no hope, only us. Fair perspective, I suppose? We'll have to win without hope. It will be hard. The entire abyss is against us. We can only win by some miracle, which means we'll have to make one happen. What other choice do we have? We'll work a miracle and win because we have to. The elf smiles broadly and nods to herself. So go. Fair enough. I guess as time passes, things will develop and we'll have to check on Ember later on, I think. I remember, I remember doing this particular personal quest, but I didn't remember how to trigger it, and I guess we just needed to get to a certain point in the story or complete the Areelu's lab quest, and then it progresses things, I suppose.
Let us press on.
Let's see, where's the Hand of the Inheritor is up here, so I'm hoping Targona is here too. Yep. Let's have a chat with her. The angel greets you warmly, but her eyes remain sad. Greetings, my rescuer. There were many things I wished to speak to you about, but now I can't seem to find the words. Being free feels exhilarating, but the bitter realization of how many terrible things happen in my absence weighs on me. Never before has my soul been troubled by so many warring emotions. I contacted the Hand of the Inheritor as soon as I got out. Here on Galarian, I can freely send messages to my celestial brethren. So I know more now than when we first met. I now know what happened over the years I was held prisoner. I know that this is the Fifth Crusade, driven by desperation and daring like none before it. And I know about the hope you have brought to all of us. I thank you. You are the light in this darkness. What did you want to talk about? The angel thinks for a moment. Talk may not be the right word. I need to tell you something important. Listen, you know the truth about the Wardstones, how their power is built upon the angels locked inside. My dear brother Areelu and I were supposed to end up inside the Wardstones, but we both escaped that fate. He perished, and I was captured by Areelu. But there is something else you should know. Even the glorious herald of my goddess was not immediately aware of this. The power of the Wardstones comes from the selflessness of those imprisoned within them. It is not sophisticated magic that wounds and binds demons, but the angels' voluntary sacrifice, their foregoing of freedom in the name of duty. The truth is, in some rare cases, there is no need to seal anyone inside an artifact to achieve a similar magic effect. There are some such individuals among mortals and immortals who are willing to give their lives to protect others. And when this happens, the mortal or immortal can become a living wardstone of a sort, weakening and holding back demons by the force of their presence alone. Unbeknownst to me, I acquired this power. Even immersed in my enchanted sleep, I protected the poor folk who were imprisoned in Areelu's lab with me. And Eliandra and Kater did the same at Pelura's fall. It was their self-sacrifice, so different but always sincere, that protected the temple, not just Pelura's power. The Hand of the Inheritor had long suspected this, but only after speaking to me did he finally realize the truth. He wants you to know, once we have dealt with more urgent matters, he wants to search for rare souls capable of becoming living wardstones. They will be in the vanguard of your crusade, and they will make demons and demon lords alike tremble in fear. Very interesting. I don't remember seeing this, or I don't remember reading about this stuff, so I'm wondering if I just forgot to talk to Targona in my previous run. living wardstones? How can we find such people and what they are they capable of? I don't have the answers to your questions. Being a living wardstone, it's more than just power. It's more than a gift. It's a true miracle. And like all miracles, it is extremely rare and is manifested only in dire circumstances. That is likely why we never heard of such a thing before now. The demon invasion is the gruesome catalyst that has awoken this hidden power in souls across Galarian. But now that we know what we are looking for, we can recognize this special light in others. It will be our weapon in our fight against the Abyss. Did Areelu know about your special abilities? I don't know, she never mentioned it, but something about me piqued her interest. Many of her prisoners were unusual in one way or another. And when she left and ceased her experiments, I think that too was an experiment of sorts. Perhaps she even continued to observe us somehow. Can your wing be healed? If there is such a way, it is unknown to me. The wing has become a part of me. I even feel that if I were to cut it off, it would grow back just as deformed as it is now. Its existence is a challenge for me, and there is nothing left to do but accept it. I will have to live wondering constantly whether foulness is creeping into my soul just as it has crept into my body. And may Iomade help me if my fears are ever realized. Are you going to return to heaven? I wouldn't dare. With this wing, with foulness that has become a part of me, how could I enter the shining light of heaven? Besides, I don't want to leave you and the Crusaders. I was meant to join my brothers and sisters inside the Wardstone. Since that did not come to pass, I want to serve the Crusades in another way. Okay, thanks, I'll be going now. Wait, I didn't dare ask you before. I wasn't sure I could take the answer, but please tell me how my brother Areelu died. I miss him so much. I want to know what his final minutes were like. He fought until his last breath to save his mortal comrade, and he left his sword to be raised up by another in the future. The angel listens with rapt attention. We ought to do the same. Protect each other even in impossible situations. Nurture our hope and know how to give it to others so that the light we carry now will shine on even after we die. Thank you for your answer. Like a ray of light, it has revealed the path I must follow. Very interesting stuff. I wonder if the living wardstone thing is going to be some kind of decree that we have to do, or whether the hand and Targona will just search by themselves. My watch goes on. Greetings, champion. What do you think of what happened to Targona about her wing and Areelu's experiments? That demonic wing concerns me greatly, but even more concerning is how Targona is bearing this burden. The hand of the inheritor shakes his head defeatedly. She does not say so directly, but I know she's ashamed to be seen with me. She does not wish for a corrupted angel to be seen next to Iomade's herald. I cannot convince her otherwise. Targona is too proud to accept my sympathy, but no matter. When we finish our business here today, I will try to find a way to help her, although I confess, I've never seen anything like that demonic wing before. Targona told me about your hunch, about the living wardstones. Yes, I wanted you to hear it from the lips of the one you saved, and whose wondrous influence you saw for yourself. Verily, the darker the night, the brighter the light that flares within it. In this dark century of war against the spawn of the Abyss, we are discovering more and more powers for combating evil. And I am sure that once we find more souls capable of becoming not wardstones but holy wardens, we will drive back the demonic hordes. Give me time, champion, and I will bring you to others like Targona. Okay, so it sounds like he's going to search, and then he'll tell us to go to them, or we will go together, or he'll gather them personally himself. That's interesting. I'm interested to see how that pans out. The other thing I'm wondering is, because I'm playing an angel and a lawful good run, wonder how all this stuff with the angels and the hand and the herald and Targona all plays out if you play an evil playthrough. That might be something that I'll need to do another playthrough to see and play an evil run rather than a good run. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. There's a long way to go before this one is done, so probably not doing an evil run anytime soon. Paralictor Aminos Wrath. They approach as if in a military formation in lockstep, arranged so that the tallest, a white-haired elf, occupies the central position, flanked by the other two. At the same time, it does not seem as though any one of the three is the leader. Knight Commander, we are representatives of the Hell Knights in the no man's land of the Worldwound. Paralictor Aminos Wrath from the Order of the Gate. Paralictor Larana Tai from the Order of the Pike, and Paralictor Gerandiathan from the Order of the Pyre. After introducing themselves, all three turn to Regil in unison and give curt nods. The elf, Paralictor Aminos Wrath, turns his gaze on you. His voice is dry and his speech is fastidiously formal. We have come to officially greet the commander of the Fifth Crusade on behalf of the coalition of the Hell Knight Orders. The Orders have been and remain fundamentally opposed to demon and demon worshippers. We will continue to act in the no man's land of the Worldwound as an allied force to your armies. I welcome our honored allies to Drezen. Thank you, Knight Commander, and allow us to congratulate you on your victory in the battle for Drezen. Are you willing to participate in joint operations? My armies need support. That is not possible at this moment in time. The Orders are following their own plans. The majority of our forces are deployed far to the west. We are thereby helping you by drawing the attention of the demon armies. Paralictor Derenger's decision to hand over part of his force for you to command was done on his own initiative, but the other Orders and even other chapters of the Order of the Godclaw have their own objectives. Fair enough. Is that all you wanted to say? One more thing. Our chapters, together with the troop led by Paralictor Derenge, intend to establish an outpost, or rather a fortified transfer point for our operations. We have found suitable ruins from the First Crusade, and we have begun making them fit for habitation. When the outpost is ready, you will be entitled as our ally to make use of the facilities for rest and sustenance when you are making forays deeper into the wound. On that, we shall take our leave, Knight Commander. Okay, very interesting. Let's see what Regil has to say about that. What can you tell me about your fellow Hell Knight's visit? A usual formality, representatives of orders traditionally visit newly appointed commanders of Crusader armies. But you are probably wondering something else, whether you are being followed. Of course you are. The Hell Knights are the backbone of order on Golarion, and thus we are responsible for watching all the significant movements and figures across the world. You are one such figure. I appreciate your honesty. Your words are unexpected, thank you. Alright, well, that's fine then. If this stuff with Ember is anything to go by, I assume that we will be progressing with quests, I think, personal quests of most of the companions and perhaps even characters like Irabeth. Maybe. Yeah, so I'm interested to see how that plays out. We had a few... I think we had a couple of personal quests already. We've got Lan, where we need to go back to Canabres. So we have quite a few things to do now, and I guess with Ember, we're waiting for her personal quest to develop, and then now that the other Hell Knight orders have made an appearance, I assume Regil's personal quest will start developing as well now? In any case, yeah, alright. I think the first thing I want to do is rest up and we'll get all our spell slots back. And then we'll see what is happening with our Crusade affairs. Oh, one thing I probably should have done was check to see if I could upgrade... What was it? Upgrade one of our stat ranks. Logistics, I think? But, oh well. It is what it is. The angel sounds concerned. Champion, I promised to advise you, but now I need your counsel. I've received news that both pleases and worries me. Okay? That's concerning. Something that pleases and worries an angel is... somewhat of a concern at the very least. The light of your nobility shines true, and like a beacon it draws heavenly warriors who come to fight at our side. Repeatable decree 5 Movanic Davas are recruited at Commander's headquarters. It's a leadership decree that takes 5 days and costs 80 energy points. Ooh, that is pretty good. Speed 12, Initiative 7, 161 hit points, 23 power. Flaming longsword, so they do 12 to 24 damage. They are immune to death. What? I don't know. I assume that means death effects or death spells? I assume that if we take them out in our crusade armies, they can actually get killed off. Flight. Ignores obstacles. Okay, that could be handy. Lay on hands, self and others, and smite evil. So they're essentially the same as clerics, but much stronger and with immunities. And presumably better stats. That's pretty cool. Okay. These angelic warriors set a high example of courage and irreproachable virtue, and many of the ordinary soldiers, especially the young ones, desperately wish to be like them. They take vows, do penance, and train to the point of exhaustion. Their dedication is laudable, but is not without danger. The strain, both physical and spiritual, may prove unbearable for many of them. Rather than strengthen themselves, they risk doing the opposite, and it may leave them defenseless against the enemy at a critical moment. So should we praise their self-sacrifice, or should we encourage them to take care of themselves and moderate their zeal? Tell me about these heavenly warriors. They are valiant denizens of heaven. One part of their soul compelled them to honor the law of creation and steer clear of mortals and their war. The other part appealed to their mercy and their desire to protect mortal kind, and that voice was stronger. These are covert soldiers who left heaven willingly without permission to stand side by side with your people. All units gain the cautious feat. All adjacent allied units gain a +1 bonus to AC for 1 round at the start of each round. Bonus to AC, so our friendly units, our own crusade units that stand next to them, will get +1 AC, I guess. The effect of positive morale on the chance of additional action doubles for all units. Wow, okay. AC is pretty good, but the effect of positive morale on the chance of additional action doubles for all units is sounds pretty nuts anyway. I'll go with the lawful choice. Or actually, let's see what impact will my decision have. If you encourage your soldiers, their devotion will push them to great feats of strength, but it will come at the expense of their own well-being. But if you restrain their zeal, will save these brave souls for future endeavors. We cannot stand in the way of righteous devotion. It is the key to our success, so let's do that. I will inform the soldiers of your decision. Hearing that the commander approves of their actions will give them strength. Thank you for listening to me. I will demand no more of your time, but I promise to return when you need my advice or when I need yours. Okay, let's go to manage crusade affairs. An angel is awaiting an audience in Drezen, hoping to share the wisdom of heaven with the leader of the Crusaders. Okay. Logistics reform. Every piece of land that the Crusaders seize from demons puts additional load on the logistics and supply channels connecting the Crusade's troops. In order to maintain this tight network, experienced officers are required to implement reforms to logistic processes. Royal conscription. 14 days. After being at war with demons for a century, Mendev is accustomed to regular conscription. This event is long and tedious but effective. Mendevian army has never knew a shortage of reinforcements. Oh. Takes 14 days to solve. We're still halfway to leadership. We also still can't do diplomacy just yet. And recruitment growth for trainable units increases by 10%, which will help us improve our military rank as well. So I'm thinking I should do this. What else requires leadership though? Holy wards? Probably don't need that. Glory to the heroes. Crusade morale increases. We don't need that, so I think it's going to be a while before we hit level 5 for leadership. So let's do royal conscription. 14 days is a long time though, but we need a lot of experience to get our military rank up, so let's do that. That will help us, yeah, improve our military rank. So okay. Can we recruit anyone? Yes, we can. We can recruit more clerics. Okay. Buy resources. We need 3,600. We've got plenty of cash. 3,655. Costs 18. Okay, let's split. That goes up to 9k. Our clerics are at basically 6k. That's probably a bit more cash than I want to spend. Yeah, we need to upgrade this as well. And then we can start focusing on our relics. We've got a few relics that we really need to push to kind of develop. So once we get the diplomatic connections done, we should be able to focus on relics, because I think that'll put us to level 5, and level 5 is the limit that we can have in Act 3. So then we can completely focus on getting the relics that we really want. So that's going to be helpful. Okay, that gets done in a day. This gets done in a day. We've got 5 days to wait for this one. Outpost to Bastion. What is this? This is logistics. Okay, good. Once we upgrade logistics, then we can look at Bastion expansion, and then we can start building up one of the bastions to get more logistics experience, I think. So that'll be good. Okay, let's see. Let's do the switcheroo. Yep. And we can... Is it Army 3? Yep. Okay, Army 3 can come down towards Army 2. We're up to 173, 138, and we've got 63 Hell Knights, which is quite good. Okay. Events. Okay, that's kind of built up. We've got 3. So we should have barracks, archery range, and stables in most of our smaller towns. And that should be fine, I think. Alright, let's go back out on the streets. And let's now go and chat with Storyteller, because I think we have some notes to give him. I found a page that might interest you. Okay. Okay. The storyteller clenches the pages you brought. His voice becomes a bit younger and more energetic. My feet are covered by a crawling carpet of locusts. A few insects got under my clothes, under my shirt, down my back, in my pants. They're crawling all over me, tickling my skin with their little legs. They will not attack until they recognize me as a stranger. Protective spells are guarding me, allowing me to deceive the pestilent denizens of the rasping rifts. I keep very still. I am but an observer, an uninvited guest who prefers to remain unnoticed. I don't hold my breath when Demon Lord Descari swings his scythe over Iziagna. I feel nothing when Iziagna deftly avoids the blow and tries to strike Descari in return. I am here by the order of Lady Nocticula. I must observe the fight and then return to Alushinra. The affairs of Demon Lords do not concern me. Fair enough. Why did Nocticula send you to follow Descari? The storyteller shrugs absently. I don't know, and I don't want to know. My service to the Lady in Shadow is almost over. It's the 17th year of my life in the Abyss, and I'm already counting days to the end of my term. Who is Iziagna? She's a rising demon lord, servant of Lamashtu, mother of monsters, grandmother, nightmare. Okay, sounds like a fun lady, I suppose. She's the only demon lord to attain true divinity. Okay, interesting. Unholy symbol is a 3-eyed jackal head. Fair enough. She simultaneously inhabits 7 mighty ant-like bodies. Iziagna and Descari are always sniping at each other, but they dare not enter into open war, fearing Lamashtu's wrath. The storyteller chuckles. The current fight is just a small quarrel, 1 in a million. Iziagna came to the Rasping Rifts with only 3 of her 7 bodies. I'm sure it will be easy for Descari to destroy the intruder. Where is your friend Kaini now? The storyteller's lips part in a smile. Here with me, of course. The stubborn lad refused to stay in Alushinra and volunteered to accompany me to the Rasping Rifts. He said he wouldn't miss such an exciting adventure for the world. His youthful zeal and desire to live life to the fullest seemed to make me younger too. Rift Carver, Descari's scythe swings up again, and with a whistle through the air, it lodges in the ant-like head of one of Iziagna's bodies. Greenish slime spatters, the poisonous drops falling on my face. I keep very still. With a last convulsive movement, the ant-like body winces, tearing the scythe from Descari's hands and jumping back, only to drop on its side and lie still. This loss will hardly worry Iziagna. To kill her, one must destroy her heart, which is hidden deep under Yanaron, a city in Lamashtu's realm. Disarmed, Descari returns to Iziagna's second body that is attacking him. I slowly turn to Kaini, who is sitting next to me. My young friend is usually easily impressed by such mighty opponents fighting, but the seat next to me is empty. Kaini is gone. The storyteller shivers and starts speaking faster. Forgetting about the danger, I look around for my friend. The swarm of locusts at my feet buzzes, displeased, but the need for secrecy no longer seems so important. Where is Kaini? After a moment, I see him, and a treacherous shiver runs down my spine. My friend is standing over Iziagna's fallen body and reaches for Descari's scythe sticking out of it. Okay, Riftcarver has power over the material of the plains. Descari made this scythe with his own hands from his mother's skeleton. It can cut rifts in the plains themselves. The Demon Lord used it to make the Rasping Rifts his own abyssal realm in the plane of the Abyss. Kiney, stop, don't touch it, I scream, throwing caution to the winds. My friend turns to me, his face baffled. I understand him to an extent. The scythe is able to rip passages between planes will certainly help us save Galarian. But trying to steal it is rash and stupid. We have nothing to defend ourselves against the Demon Lord's rage. Stop, my friend, before it's too late. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Descari lift another Izyagna's body and tear it to pieces with his bare hands. But I don't hear his howl of victory. The Demon Lord throws away the still body of his enemy and turns to us. The swarm of insects is biting my feet. Locusts cover my eyes, hitting me in the face, trying to get inside my nose, mouth, and ears. Nevertheless, I get to it first. I grab the giant scythe and swing it awkwardly in the air. Rift Carver is so heavy my hands instantly cramp. I have no idea how I managed to lift it at all. I drop the scythe on the ground, but the damage has been done. Right in front of me, there is a small rift, a wound in space. The smell of Alushinra's sewage comes out of it, a wonderful smell that brings me hope for salvation. I grab Kiney's sleeve and dive into the rift, only a moment before Descari's claws cut the air where we just stood. The storyteller catches his breath and wipes the sweat from his forehead. I angered a demon lord and my life was hanging by a thread. I'd never have thought that something like that could happen in my life. The storyteller shakes his head distrustfully. How many dark sides of my past will I have to find? I'm starting to fear what I might see in the next pages of my notebook. Thank you for your stories. Okay. I have to go. A storyteller and his buddy Kiney sound like absolute badasses though, I have to admit. It's kind of funny. I guess he's quite old, so it seems like he's frail, but he's clearly done some crazy things as a storyteller. Okay, now that we've progressed the story and we've got the angels and Targona, and then it seems like personal quests are progressing, let's see if we get any more new gear. It doesn't look like it, at least not here. Box selling, let's keep that. Shot composite longbow can go. +1, they can go, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Wilsagams. Holy Speed Composite Shortbow +3. Good align and bypasses corresponding damage reduction. Deals an extra 2d6 points of damage against all creatures of evil alignment. Okay, and they can make an extra attack. That's fine. Ooh. Interesting. Belt of Mighty Constitution +6. Sorceress Gown. I think I saw that before. So maybe there has been a bit of an update. I don't recall seeing a +6 to Constitution belt previously. We also have this bastard sword. Icy Burst, Keen, Cold Iron. Okay. Exotic weapons provider. Nope, doesn't look like any new gear here. Let's check our Jeweler and Arcane Weaver. Nope, doesn't look like it. Still Pearls of Power. And this looks to be kind of similar too. No real upgrades as far as I can tell. Glasses increase save DCs of enchantment spells when cast by the wearer. Let's take it. I reckon we can make use of that at some point. I did say I wanted to romance Camellia, so let's see if she's willing to have a chat or not now. Not really, it doesn't seem like it. Ah, Marlon, it's so nice of you to notice, but I assure you this amulet is nothing but a bauble. Can a lady not be drawn to beautiful, useless things? Tell me about yourself? No. Okay, I guess that's it. Let's check on Ember. See if anything else is going on now. Doesn't look like it. Okay. And I think we should probably move on. And we'll keep this party. Okay, now let's see. We do need to go back to Canabres. Return to Neathholm. We might do that. Befouled Barrows. I don't actually know what that holds. Ivory Sanctum, Pelura's Fall, but I don't think we can go there. We need to chat with the hand to get there. Where's the core of the riddle? I'm wondering where is the forward base or whatever the Hell Knights were doing, but I guess it hasn't appeared just yet. So it'll take some time before that gets established, I suppose. Alright, well, I think what we will do in the next episode is go down to Canabres. We've got land here, so we'll help a brother out and see how the mongrels are doing. Hopefully we can convince them to do whatever it is that Lan wants them to do. But yeah, that was quite good. We saved Targona, we visited Areelu's lab, and we got Mythic level 4, so that's good progress made. And in the next episode, as I said, we'll go down to, or go back to Canabres and see what's happening there. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hope you have a good one.